and you're good. It happens. But yes, we have exciting things going on. You found a docent through some uh, easing of tensions between figures, and so you've been allowed a loan of a docent to allow you to find the um, next portion of the artifact that you are seeking out, the rod, the next part, bringing you to Landro, a massive colossus that is stuck in the side of a mountain, and you entered a cave entrance. And as you followed through, you found a room with some walls of thin metal sheets, and you set forth and within found a few figures. But before we figure out too much going on there, why don't we get an introduction of who's at the table?
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm playing Bath. Bath is a devilishly handsome tiefling bard rogue who has found himself accidentally stumbling across the multiverse once again. This week's fun fact about Bath. I think I said way back in Dragonlance days that what his tattoo situation was, which I believe I said he had a half sleeve on his left arm. Don't quote me on that. I need to check my notes to make sure I don't accidentally retcon something. In that same vein, I thought I would reveal Vass's piercing situation, and that is that he has no piercing.
All right.
I'm playing Hugh de Bear, a flashy, flamboyant ranger fencer who is ambiguously French, well, that's fallen off a bit lately, so I should get back on that. In reaction to Vass's fact, his fact is he does not have any tattoos or piercings. People might think he does due to the variety of interesting scars that might look like there's something, some kind of pattern, or got colored in by, shall we say, animal poisons.
Okay.
And I am Ronald, and I am playing the awesome Romulus Nubis. Uh, Fun fact about him is he mentioned earlier, and I think in the first session, uh, offhandedly that he was part of a cult, and it is the cult of Anubis, which is it's a more friendly cult than you think, but there's not many of them around since you know religious politics. But I'll say more in another intro.
All righty.
He has joined the table.
So, with that, let us take up with the door being opened. And as the. Why am I all the way down here? I don't need to be all the way down here. As the door opens from Hugh's explorations, um, you see there are these soldiers here, different armor than what you had seen in the what's it called? The graveyard that you had just fought with the animated armors and weaponry, but these ones do seem to be alive. They are hulking, mutated, and they were in the process of trying to catch a rat when Hugh entered in, and seeing that their lunch has gotten away from them, they're gonna go for you, Hugh, as we're gonna roll for initiatives.
Do we have the map?
Yes, I have the map. I just didn't set it up. Well, not set it up.
What a thing to get a natural 20 on.
Alright, you guys should be able to see the map now.
Oh, I was like, it's just a dark screen, but it was because it was zoomed in on a cloud of or a fog of war.
Yeah, no, that gets me too.
Like, no, it's not. It's not here.
Alright.
What Scotty do with those?
Alrighty, so... Alright, and then...
I'll get your initiative in a minute. My, not on my usual computer, so things are moving a little bit slower than mine.
Yeah, no worries.
Ah, yes, as per usual.
It's that, paladin luck is what it is. Alrighty, and then... down there. Alrighty, so Vass, you get to start us off. You heard the growling, and now you hear the sounds of footsteps as Hugh entered into the room.
Well, not thrilled about the sound of those noises. Am I able to scooch past this
Yes.
Pegasus
You are.
situation? Alright, Bass is gonna scooch over here, see what he sees.
Through the
And
door,
then-
yeah, you'd see a little bit of the hulking situation there.
Oh, I thought I was looking through the door, and then I'm not. I'd have to be over here.
Yeah.
Well, that changes what I was gonna do, because I thought I was gonna be able to see Soldier A, but I can't. So instead, I will take a couple of reverberating shots at Soldier A.
Okay.
C, whatever one's in the middle, that's
C.
the one I'm shooting at.
Yeah.
Alright. Another natural 20! And I have a thing. I have the piercer feat. I never remember what this does. I think it means I get to roll an extra die. You can roll one additional damage die. I'll just roll it and we can add this to it.
Sounds good.
No, it's timed out on me, so I'll have to roll an extra one.
Okay, no worries.
That'll be 12 plus a 1. Don't like that. 13 plus my sneak attack. She'll get doubled. So I think we're at 13 plus 10 is 23 plus 18 is 41.
Sure, that checks out with the
Dang.
math that I just did piecemeal, so.
That's 5 points of thunder damage on top of that.
Hell yeah.
Then I'll shoot him again.
Go for it.
That's only a 14 though.
A 14 will hit.
Okay, fabulous. I love that for me and him. That's 7 more points of magical piercing. And with my bonus action, I'll give you a bardic inspiration.
Alright. Hugh receives a bardic. And with that, it does come to Hugh's turn.
Okay. Hugh is going to attack the soldier bee. Oh, jeez. Critical fail. Next was a 22.
The 22 will hit.
Not great rolls. 10 piercing. 6 psychic. And 10 fire.
Alrighty, lovely, lovely. And with that, it'll be Hibu's turn.
So, just clarify. Oh, actually, we will, phase step to behind the, soldier, and then, attack with advantage.
Woohoo!
Oh, I don't know if we have, you do Hugh's attack for me, I can't remember.
You do yours for Hibu.
Okay. He attacks twice. He's going to be doing, let's say, 13 and a 9, and he will a +8 to his attack roll, so that's gonna be a 17 and a 1.
Both hit.
Okay, so that's gonna be 46 +7 on each, so +14. Ooh, Hibu! He gets 32 damage.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Alright, and with that, we come to Soldier A, who shoves upward and will swing out with a club towards you, Hugh, with a 19, so that's a miss, but he'll do it again. And that's a 27. Wait.
27.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No. Okay. I won't be able to block him. So.
All right. That deals 28 points of bludgeoning damage. And then for Soldier.
I'll need to do a concentration check on my spell.
Oh yeah, go for it. You gotta beat a 14.
No.
You have a bardic.
You do have a bardic.
I do have bardic. What's the bardic number?
8.
Okay. Perfect.
Just what you need. All right. And now it is Soldier C, and Soldier C is going to also swing his club, And that's going to be one set Hugh. With a 28, dealing 20 points of bludgeoning damage. And then, as the soldier looks past Hugh, there is this gleam in its eyes as it looks at you, Vass. Can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
I can try. Wait. That's a 3.
That
Wait,
is...
is this being, hang on. Is this being charmed or frightened?
No.
Damn. Okay.
So that is unfortunately a failure, meaning that you'll take 21 points of psychic damage and you gain a level of exhaustion.
Okay. Great. Super.
And with that, we'll come to Romulus. Your turn.
Oh, look. Participation trophy, guys. Not kidding. So, can I see, the creatures behind you?
I'd say you'd be able to see, the soldier B from where you're at. So the one at the very bottom.
Oh, cool. I'ma throw, Romulus produces a card, and, it ignites on fire. And typically when he does this, it's to do Scorching Ray, but he throws a card in the room, and a fireball will go off. But don't worry, as he will use his meta magic to make sure you guys pass.
Okay, so we've got a spell sculpt there, and then it is a dexterity save, which these guys aren't the best at.
Does that affect me too?
Not with the spell sculpt.
Yeah, like I use careful spell meta magic.
All right. A gets a 19. B gets a 17. And C gets a 13.
Okay, the one that got a 19 is the only one that succeeded.
Okay.
This is also at 4th level.
Hell yeah.
27 fire damage.
Ooh.
Could have been better, but you know, I'll take what I can get.
Could have been a lot worse.
And true. And I will end thine turn.
All right, and do you do anything with your Pegasus?
No. I still need them next to me for dramatic purposes.
Beautiful. We need to get you a Cloak of Billowing. It is Soldier B, and B is going to swing the club wildly in an attempt to hit both Hibu and Hugh. But I do believe that an 11 will miss Hibu. And a natural 1 definitely misses Hugh, so Soldier B is struggling down there. But Vass, we do come to your turn.
Okay. I am feeling tired all of a sudden, and I'm angry because it was the one I shot, right? That did that to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep shooting him because I don't like that. And I don't. Well, hang on. I'm trying to decide something here. No, you know what? I'm just gonna not do that, and I'll just shoot him like I was planning to. Reverberating shot. 26 to hit.
Now, does that include the -2 from the exhaustion?
Nope. 24 to hit.
24 will
Have it written
still
on a
hit.
sticky note. I still forgot. Okay, so that's gonna be 21 points of magical piercing and 5 points of thunder.
Beautiful.
It's still standing.
Oh yeah, he's bloodied though.
And I shall shoot him again and miss horribly with a 9.
That is unfortunately a
Uh,
miss.
So I will kitty pip behind this wall and I will hide with my bonus action.
Sounds good.
And with the -2, I only get a 30.
Only a 30.
Those are rookie numbers for a rogue.
Alright.
I'm tired, okay?
Hugh, we do come to your turn. What would you like to do?
Alright, you attack the guy in front of me. We'll do better this time. This will be with advantage. I hit the last time. The first one's a 26.
That hits. The 15 will also hit. Oh yeah, so sorry, I didn't realize that it wasn't. So it's 26 and 17, both hit.
So we got ourselves 27 piercing damage. Or psychic. And 11 fire.
He does not like getting all this fire damage. There is a sort of roar from him, but he's still standing after that. Which then brings us to Hibu's turn.
Alright, Hibu, I choose you. Who attacks on that same guy?
Heck yeah.
Alright, we got ourselves 20 and 12.
The 12 misses.
Actually, I do need to double check something.
Yeah.
Because I had him be a queuing one. That was the one that has him. Does that one give him advantage?
Only after he teleports.
After it. Okay. One hit.
One hit.
2d6 plus 7. 14 force damage.
Alrighty. And he's looking rough. Our soldier comes back up, Soldier A, and going for attempts to crush. A 13 is going to miss Hugh. And a 23 to hit.
That will be parried.
Alright. Soldier C, sneering into the distance. Romulus, can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Sure. Natural 20 for a total of 28.
Alright, you're fine. So you'll only take half the damage, so instead of 28, you'll take 14 psychic. And with that, it's going to attempt to slam the club down on Hugh, but misses with a... And then brings us back to Romulus and your Pegasus.
I'm gonna throw another card. This time at 3rd level. Another fireballs.
Okay.
And also, careful, spell, meta magic.
Once more, A gets a 19. B gets a natural
fire.
1. And
Alien takes double damage.
no. C also fails with a 12.
All right.
29. Lovely.
Yeah.
Alright, B is barely hanging in there. Anything else from Romulus?
What is bonus action spell that I do? No. Trying to check my meta magic real quick again. I have careful spell, transmute. Yeah, okay, yeah, no. Nothing from me.
And Pegasus?
Just gonna look majestic.
Beautiful. Alright. Soldier B looking really rough. Not gonna try anything special here, just gonna go for some attempts to crush with the club. And we'll try and focus on the smaller Kibu this time. But a natural one is gonna miss. But I do believe a 23 will hit Kibu
I believe it will.
for 24 bludgeoning.
Okay. 16 hit points left.
Alrighty. Vass, we come to your turn.
Okay. So I will move over here so I can see my guy that I keep shooting that I don't like, and I'm gonna just keep shooting him with a reverberating shot. It's a 22 to hit,
Yes.
and it will do. That'll be 15 points of magical piercing and 5 points of thunder. And if he's still up, I'll shoot him again, and I'll miss again with a 9.
That is unfortunately a miss.
How is Q looking in there all by himself?
Q has 66 hit points now.
Okay, that's still 6 more than I've got. Would you like a healing word?
I would love a healing word.
Alright.
What's today's healing word?
Today's healing word is, you got this. Better you than me. I'll do that at 2nd level. So you're gonna get 15 points.
Alright.
Then I'm gonna go back behind in my corner here where I like it.
Alright. As you return back to your corner, Hugh, we do come to your turn.
Okay. Oh, this guy would die by now.
Very close to it.
That's gonna be a 29 to hit.
Yeah.
One on that, way off. 10 piercing. 5 psychic. 7 fire.
And B is down.
Alright. I will move on to, I believe that's D.
C is the other one that's in front of you. Yep.
The 16 hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
15 piercing. 3 psychic. 8 fire.
C is also down, leaving us just A.
Alright, I'm gonna move up and back to flanking, and then that's Hebu's turn.
Yep, it is Hebu's turn after you.
Hebu's gonna bait teleport behind him and attack with advantage.
Heck yeah.
He crits.
Hell yeah, Hebu, let's go.
Okay. Oh yeah. That's 9. And then that's 7 is the modifier.
Yep. Got it. And
Do we need more Hebu action?
He's still standing. He hasn't been hurt as much.
So that's gonna be a 17.
That'll hit.
Force damage.
Beautiful. Alright. It is Soldier A's turn, and his eyes flare with that same malice. If Q, you could make for me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Be a 23.
23, alrighty. That'll be half damage then. So you'll take 9 instead of 18. Psychic. And then the club comes down, or at least attempts to, because that's a miss. As we come to Romulus and the Pegasus, your turn.
Oh god. Here. And can I see these ugly?
I'd say it's a little. It's got 3/4 cover from you, but yes, you'd be able to see them.
3/4. We can't have that. So I'm gonna do the only sensible thing and Misty Step.
Oh.
No, I don't have spell slot. I'm not made of spell slots, woman.
You're a sorcerer, or at least partial sorcerer. That's all you are.
Is that how
Ouch.
I am to you? Just walking,
Hey,
just walking spell slot factory. They don't grow on trees, you know.
So
Get
yeah,
fireball
you
at home.
the fireball at home. So yes, you missed each step. What do you want to do?
Same thing I do always, every day. Pinky, take over the world. All right. Cold flame sword. 13. Pretty sure it's not gonna hit.
Just misses.
But I'm pretty sure that 24 might hit.
That'll hit.
And then I'm gonna do my third attack with my Nick. For a natural 20 for a
Heck
total
yeah.
of 30.
That's definitely a hit.
All right. Alright, and then the D8 for some cold. As soon as my things stop acting weird. That's 17 for the first strike.
Hell yeah.
And then with the vicious scimitar, 8, and an additional. Oh no, that's 20 d6. Additional 6 damage.
Heck yeah. Alright.
And the Pegasus probably can't fit to the doorway. So it's just going to use its once a day thing on our dear friend Hugh, where it can heal people once per a long rest. So you're gonna get 2d8 plus the spell's level. I used a higher, I think I used a 5th level to summon them the other day. Eight. So 13 HP back.
Nice.
And I end my turn with 1 card face down. That's
Alright, it is going to be Vask, your turn.
Great. Is it possible for me to scooch into the room through my companions?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll go down here and I will try and shoot this guy a bunch. That's what I seem to be doing today. What happens if it's a natural 20 but I'm exhausted?
Well, the nat 20 will still affect. It just becomes a 27 rather than a 29.
Okay. So there, that has my extra d6 on it for my feet, so that's gonna be more on top of that is 18, and another 18 is 36, and another 6 is 42 points of magical piercing plus 5 points of thunder.
Okay. Still standing, just barely.
All right, I'll shoot him again, and I'll miss with an 11.
That is unfortunately a miss.
God damn it. Okay, I'm just gonna duck around this corner with the rest of my movement just because.
Alright, sounds good. Hugh, we'll come to your turn.
Okay. Let's finish this off. With a crit!
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
So many crits in this session.
Which just means something later on we fight is gonna get really lucky and
So, with a shit ton of damage, that guy's dead. You guys are no longer bound to initiative.
I turn to Heview and I'm like, I can tell you did some good work here, buddy. I give him a high 5.
And then Hugh takes the high five, but also coos at him.
Alright.
Who
Gives
or Ku?
coo, and then gives you a hoot.
Okay. Cool. Besides these mutated bodies, is there anything of interest in here?
Just, you know, rat skeletons that have been picked clean and, the marrow sucked out of the bones.
They weren't that hungry. Oh, you said the marrow sucked out of the bones? Never mind, they were kind of hungry. Okay. Never mind.
How's everyone doing?
I have a boo-boo, but I'm fine.
If you have healing magic, maybe you could give it to Hugh. He's 24 hit points down.
I
You have a
have some lay on
level.
hands. I can give him 15.
You would need a bit of a rest, or are we good if we just heal up a
I'm
little
good.
bit?
You sure you don't need some more healing?
I got 86 right now. I'm also gonna add some temporary hit points.
Okay.
Vass is Vass is gonna run a hand through his hair and do a level 2 cure wounds on himself.
Okay, 10 HP.
Cool. I'm back to
At
full.
96 hit points.
That's more than me when I'm full. And I'm missing my ranger right now, who can get rid of levels of exhaustion and rest.
I don't think my lay on hands does that. Gotta double check. But I don't think. Uh, nah, doesn't have that feature. Uh, doesn't Song of Rest do something
They don't
similar?
have the Song of Rest anymore. Something else. I'm trying to remember what it's called.
Yeah, I believe Song of Rest got moved to the musician
Ah,
background.
Mm,
I have, wait, it
don't you have
is,
the
but it's
musician
called
background?
something else. I do have the musician background, but it's called Encouraging Song. As you finish a short or long rest, you can play a song and give heroic inspiration to up to 5 allies who hear the song. So it's a heroic inspiration now. It's not an extra d6 of healing.
Ah,
Yeah, they axed
um,
it.
isn't there like another? Wasn't no? I'm thinking of the spell. It's like a spell where it's like a thing of rest or something like that. But
I have
I don't know.
catnap, but I don't think that gets rid of exhaustion.
We do have to do a long. I think we have to do a long rest to get rid of exhaustion, ain't it?
Hmm. Think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me see.
it's fine. What's -2? I mean,
My speed is also reduced by 5 feet.
we're basically
That's a
gods at
long
this
rest.
point. That's fine, guys.
All right. Well, my walking speed is currently 25. I'm like a 2014 dwarf. So
Would, would you like to ride my Pegasus? That's not a euphemism. I promise.
sure, if it means we get out of this place faster.
Cool.
All
Unless
right.
you want to long strider me.
Sure. You're long strided.
Aw, thanks.
So, where would you like to
And
go?
that's only an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah, damn. Okay. Well, I'm okay for a little bit.
Let's make this hour count then.
Yeah.
Well, my Hebrew
Uh,
one is also an hour long, so we want to get some lot of stuff. I only have the one spell.
hmm. What do I see down this hallway, God? Ah, yes. More hallway.
You see rubble and cave.
Um, since Hugh was so kind to tank the first time around, I will tank this time around.
Okay.
Okay, so as Romulus, you and your Pegasus make your way forward. Uh, very quickly, do you hear the sounds of footsteps, and I'm gonna ask for everyone to roll an initiative as you hear this.
Oh, uh-oh.
Dang, back to back.
I subtract 2 from this as well too. It's all d20
Yep.
rolls. That's a 21 then.
That's higher than me.
11.
Oh, that's low for you.
Oh, who's this badass? I'm not gonna lie to you, Gabby. I thought that was Deathstroke.
Blame the
I was like,
the
why are we? I
yeah
was like, wait, why are we fighting Deathstroke?
yeah blame the artists on that one. All right, Vass, you get to go first as you hear the sounds of footsteps approaching at high speed.
Okay, can I see over this pile of rubble the two figures called Rack and Crunch?
Correct.
Let me just look at something. Yeah, I'd say so.
Cool. That is going to snap his fingers, and a shatter is going to go off and get both of them. And I will need to cast that at 3rd level because I have no more 2nd level. It's a Constitution 18.
Alrighty. That is a failure from Crunch. And a success from Rack.
Alright. Well, Crunch is going to take 26 thunder damage, and Rack is going to take 13.
Okay.
They weren't, what do you call them? Constructs, were they?
They are constructs, but I
Oh,
already...
they have disadvantage on their save. Oh, okay. Damn. Got all excited, thinking maybe that guy could roll again.
No, I had that factored in already.
Ah, damn it. Okay. Well, I'll be like, you got this, Romulus. We'll Pegasus, and I'll give you a, what is it called? A Bardic Inspiration.
Alright. It's gonna be Crunch's turn. And Crunch is going to use a... He's gonna do a few launches of the bolt launcher. That's a 16 to try and hit Vass.
That misses, because this doesn't affect my AC, right?
No.
Movement in D20. That misses.
Alright, so then the second one also misses, and his third one is a 27.
Oh, well, you know what? That hits. So I'm gonna hellishly rebuke him.
Alright, that's 11 points of piercing damage. And a 15 on his saving throw.
Ooh, that's a fail. So he is gonna take. Ooh, that's an unfortunate roll. 8 points of fire damage.
Alright. And then he is going to back up.
I don't like that.
And then it's Glaive's turn. And she is going to rush in and she goes for Romulus first with her spiked glaive. First attempting to slash at you with a 28 to hit. And that'll
Yeah,
deal
that hit.
for 11 points of slashing damage. And then with that slash, she pushes off the ground to land on the opposite side of you and makes a second attack. But a natural one misses, and as she looks down the hallway, there's going to be 2 bolt attacks at Hugh. That is a 24 on the first attack against Hugh.
Okay.
And it'll deal 10 points of piercing damage. And then the second bolt attack misses, and that'll be it for Glaive. And it brings us to Rack, who will take 2 bolt attacks at you, Romulus.
Mm-hmm.
23 on the first one for 11 damage.
Can I do the spell known as shield?
If you'd like to, which means you don't take 11 damage.
Yay!
And the second one misses, and then we've got another bolt towards Vass. Which definitely misses, and then Rack also is going to move back here. And Hugh, it'll be your turn.
Okay. So can I walk over this?
You can, but it is difficult terrain.
Okay. I will do that. And so they retreat over this way, right?
Last you saw, yeah.
Okay. I'm chasing after them.
Alright, how much movement do you have?
50, and I also had something about terrain as well. Oh no, a dash. I'm not dashing, so. But yeah, 50 feet.
Okay.
That gray squiggly, more of that liquid.
No. That is, crags. This area goes upwards. So, Hugh, you do not see them immediately as you try and give chase.
Alright, I'm gonna double back onto the glaive and break him in the back.
Okay.
$18?
A 19 will hit Glaive.
After that will be a 31.
Okay.
So we got 26 piercing. And psychic. +11 fire.
Okay. And then it will be Hibu.
Faye steps behind glaive and acts the badge. Haha, you crit.
Heck yeah.
And a 18. So first the crit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. And then the non-crit.
Okay.
Okay.
And then after Hibu comes Romulus.
All right. So Pegasus turns around and Romulus takes out both blades, and his primary blade ignites into searing flames and also flashes with a bright light, as he is going to bonus action cast Searing Smite at 3rd level, and also cast True Strike along with his attack on his attack action. That's a 17.
A 17 will hit Glaive.
All right. Next attack at advantage because of Vex. That's gonna be a 29. And then third attack at advantage because of Vex. And then using Nick for another 17.
3 hits.
Alright. Time to roll me some damage. So that's base. Plus D8 of cold. Ooh, dang. Max damage on the cold. That is 30. And then Searing Smite. Oh, actually, ignore the second attack, because I forgot if I do True Strike, I can only do one attack, and then I have my extra because of the Nick.
Yep, it'll still hit. So you've only got 2 hits rather than 3.
Yeah. 9. Alright. And 9.
So,
A total of 59 damage.
well, she will use a reaction here for, as her glaive comes up and blocks some of that, she will reduce some of that damage.
Hmm. Okay. And with Searing Smite, give me a second to read it. Because it does some cool things. Alright, it takes the extra d6, and then at the start of each of its turns until the spell ends, the target takes another 1d6 fire damage and then makes a constitution saving throw. On a fail save, the spell continues, and on a successful, the spell ends. So,
Alright, sounds good.
alright.
And then anything from the Pegasus this turn?
Oh, most definitely. Pegasus is definitely going to smack him. I just need to find its that block. So it is going to do a otherworldly slam. Ignore the name of this of the attack. It just uses my spell attack modifier. So 18,
18 hits.
and then yep. All right, D8 plus 6 level. So 7 radiant damage.
Okay.
And I end my turn.
Vass, we come to your go.
Well, I would like to do her with some reverberating shots here. I am gonna use my bonus action to do steady aim to give myself advantage. That's a 26 to hit.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be, ooh, that's lovely sneak attack damage. That'll be 26 points of piercing and 5 points of thunder.
Alrighty.
And I'll shoot again. The 16 hit.
A 16 just hits.
Oh, nope. Just kidding. That's a 14.
The 14 misses.
Okay.
Alright. And
I can't move. I did steady aim.
yep, that's it for Vass. We come to Glaive's turn. And the first thing that happens on her turn is you hear these releases in the construct body. Steam begins to come out in certain areas as she enters some sort of changed personal state. But she will use her action to do an escape maneuver, which allows her to move as she disengages. And then she will bonus action continue movement until she disappears. And then roll me that d6 for her fire damage as she runs off.
Mm-hmm. 16.
Alrighty, cool. And then as she disappears, following wherever her compatriots were, we'll end our combat scenario. You guys are no longer bound to initiative, but you saw the direction of where people ran.
Everyone's good to follow, right?
Yep.
All right, yeah. Dashing.
Okay.
Boo behind me.
No attempt to look through any of the rubble in case there's any sort of treasures.
Oh, jeez.
It's up to you
Yeah,
guys.
No, hold on. No, hold on. Hold on. Don't do that.
I'm just, you never know. If you
We
just
just got jumped, okay?
you could find something here, or you could just continue along. It's up to you.
I swear. If we don't find anything.
Bass will look through this rubble.
Yeah.
Why not? He's tired. He's like, you guys go on ahead. I'll catch up. I'm just gonna look through these rocks real quick.
Yeah, actually, as you look around through the rubble, you start to see what looks to be a bit of red, which definitely does not suit the uh, cave's natural coloring. And as you move more rocks, the red gives way to some blue as well. And eventually, you see a sort of comatose warrior of metal.
Oh. Um. He seems like he's still living, kind of, but in bad shape. He's buried under some rocks.
He does seem to be in bad shape. This does seem to be another Warforged, so you don't quite know if living would be the right word, but you could try and attempt arousing.
I'm just trying to think if I have anything that might help my shocking grasp. Can I try and defibrillate him? No, I'm just kidding. Can I make some kind of a roll to see if I can figure out what might
I
wake
mean,
him up?
I'd
Or,
say
like, I don't know that medicine would work.
you've been around Warforged enough that they're not quite human-ish, but close enough. You might just be able to, like, if this is some sort of power saving mode instead of like a full coma, you might just be able to wake them up like with a shake or something like that.
Yeah, Bass will like tap him on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, you good?"
As you're doing this, I'd like you to roll for me a persuasion check here.
Okay.
Come on, you're a bard. You should be good at these.
Well,
but the
that's
bard's
with
sleepy.
the minus. I'm tired. That's a 15.
There's, as you're trying to wake the figure, you don't think that they're beyond help. Aside from a few dings of their exterior, they don't seem to be entirely ruined. They don't seem to be missing any core components, but they aren't responding to you.
Have the other guys run ahead?
I'd say you could call out to them, and they'd be able to hear you.
Guys, there's the guy. Doesn't seem too good.
Mm, I mean, I peep. At least want to try to peep around the corner before we go. Also, God, I have a question.
Sure.
So technically, Searing Smite doesn't end until they succeed a
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw. So have they already succeeded on the Constitution saving throw?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I would just try to peek around the corner, see if we see them. If we don't see them,
Uh,
I'm not gonna force it.
you, yeah, the corner as you kind of just peek around, creates a bit of a Yui, so it's hard to determine too far, but they're not waiting in that immediate bend area, so. But if
I will
it's,
call out. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, but if it's a more direct path, you have the direction that they went, so you know where to continue your looking.
Mm-hmm. I will call. Well, not call out, but I will say, hey, Hugh, let's not push it and not leave Vast behind and
Yeah,
fall
I
into the
don't,
With an
trap
don't
that they
want to
have.
split up.
with an
Yeah.
unknown
What's
person.
in? Um. Yeah, come
You
back
go with
and
me. It seemed like maybe.
sure.
Yeah, but if this
Uh,
person wakes up, do you really think that you and Hibu alone could take on? Who knows? Maybe.
I mean, I am pretty tired,
Vast is
and
strong.
this guy looks badass based on his artwork. Um, I don't. He doesn't seem to be doing too good. Can't wake him up.
Um. I will lay thy hand on his head, and I will pump 5 points of um healing into him.
Okay. Then I want you to make a persuasion check with advantage.
Ooh, with advantage. Uh. I got scared there for a minute. I looked at perception. I was like, no, that's terrible. But it's perception or persuasion. Ill.
The same Z's. Do you still have your bardic?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead, roll your
I don't
bardic
know
D8,
if
then.
right?
you want to use it. It's a D8, yeah.
So 20.
With that, there is a light that flickers behind um the eyes of this warforged, and um, you can start to hear the different operating mechanisms as they begin to wake up.
Based on his description, or based on what I'm looking at, is this the description of the friend that
Yes, this does seem to line up with the description of Mercy's friend.
I'm blanking, guys? Do you remember what they said their friend name was?
Oh no.
Hang on. Let me consult my notes. I don't know if I wrote it down. I put searching for best friend.
Oh no.
I don't
I didn't write down the friend's name.
I don't know that Mercy told you the friend's name. Just
I feel better
Oh.
about myself now in my note taking.
I feel like Mercy shared their appearance but not their name.
Hmm.
But um
Um, that might be why I'm not recalling.
yeah.
Um, yeah.
As this Warforged wakes up, it comes to a point where the head turns and takes in the figures surrounding.
We come in peace.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Are you Mercy's friend?
And you watch as the Warforged sits up a little quicker now. Mercy. Yes, I came in here. I was searching for them. I
Well, you're a long ways away from them, but I can confirm, as of the last time I saw them, they were alive.
Which is very good. Um, lessens some of the stress that I had.
I help them up.
And as they stand, my name is Filch.
Cool. Spell that for me.
I'll put it in chat for you.
I heard the caretaker at Hogwarts. But I don't know if that's what you said. Oh,
Close.
it is. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
All right. Um. My name is Romulus. These are my companions. Hugh and Vass. Um. Do you remember where you are?
I, the mountains, by Mount Ironrot, there was a massive colossus in this one mountain, and I came, it appeared there suddenly, but I couldn't find Mercy, and perhaps they were in here, but everything was, there was so much happening.
Um, did he like shut down from stress?
Seems likely.
That is an interesting thing to see from a robot or like a construct. Um. Hmm. Well, uh, you're free to hang out with us, and once we've completed our task, we can take you back to the encampment that Mercy has, along with your brethren of. Uh, do you guys consider it brethren or?
I've had many brothers and sisters in arms.
Well, he's formed a like group of primarily what I understand non-combative Warforged, but he did tell us to keep a lookout for you. It was kind of tough on him not being able to look out for you when he had so many people, you know, counting on him.
Filch will nod and, well, I will uh, travel with you then.
Are you a warrior type Warforged?
Yes, I was in the armies.
Cool. I look around. Are there like, any weapons around, or
Uh, none in the rubble, but perhaps you'll be able to find weaponry along your way.
in the meantime, I will ask him what is his preferred type of weapon.
I am trained in all of them, but I find a beauty in blade work.
Uh, I have two non-magical scimitars, if that works for you,
I've got two
or
plus one
short swords.
scimitars.
I'm glad to uh, utilize any which you'd be willing to part with for the time being. I understand that it is not a forever agreement.
Yeah, I reach in my bag of holding, unless uh Vass was gonna share the plus one some short sword.
I mean, I don't use my scimitars that often, so
I mean, are you a dual wielder or one
Oh,
blade man?
I'm typically if I have a second weapon in hand, it is a javelin to throw upon enemies at a far distance. If I'm
Mm,
being quite honest, my preferred blade is a longsword.
mm,
what were those soldier things using from like
these wrist
back
mounted
that
bolt.
way?
Um, some type of wrist mounted bolt weapon.
In the first room we were at?
Oh, the mutated ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
were they
mutated
using
ones had
weapons?
clubs,
Uh,
Oh,
Bunga
never
bunga.
mind.
essentially.
Yeah, I will. I'll just give him the sword. The short sword.
I,
Until we find something more appropriate. And I have a shield if he wants to use it too. But you know,
I thank you for this.
of
You
course.
won't believe this, but I've got a silvered longsword
Oh,
from
hey, yeah.
Dragonlance days.
If you want to present the silvered longsword,
He just
There you
throws my
go,
short
bud.
sword in the background.
All yours. Sorry, I forgot I had this. I've been carrying it around for a very long time.
oh, it seems to be of fine quality. Thank you.
You know what? You can just keep that. I'm terrible with it.
A gracious gift. Thank you. So,
All right.
let me
Um,
just update. So you have Filch's name.
you
And
have acquired Filch. Dun, 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 dun.
Filch has joined your party. Um,
Didn't even have to send anyone back to camp.
yeah. So, with this,
With how effed up this place is, it would be hard to describe how to get back to the camp, friend.
hey dude, just look for a windmill. That's all the best that I can give
That's the
you.
best I can do for you, buddy. Is look for a windmill and just stay there until your friend shows up.
Be careful. There's this thing called the Lord of Blades. He's got all sorts of bad guys out there. Don't get dead.
He's like two, and then he leaves. He's like two counties over.
So,
All right. Well, we can go that way. Um, but we just got ambushed by some acrobatic warforged. I believe they work for the Lord of Blades. They've been doing ambushes to people in the Iron Rock Mountains. I don't know if you've ever met a warforged that kind of had and I will describe how um Glaive looked, because I think Glaive was the most unique looking out of the three that attacked us, right?
that is correct. And, the. And Filch would kind of shake his head. No, I've not.
Hmm. Okay. Um. Actually, before we move out, are you good? Or I'm not 100% on the biology of a warforged, but I wasn't even sure if the lay on hands was gonna work.
I am good, I believe, from your vernacular. I've been in stasis for a while. And I think that while I am perhaps lacking some knowledge or existing in confusion, I am in a state able to combat and assist.
All right. Guess the next piece of business is decide if we want to explore away from where those guys went or go follow behind. We just have to be very wary that they could have a trap waiting for us, an ambush.
Good. Good. I also don't want them sneaking back up behind us if we go the other direction.
That is true. That's another thing to think
Well,
about.
you know that there is a way up through the caves because of the gray matter fluid,
Mm-hmm.
but you can either go through the caves or wherever it is these figures went.
Well, I figured they might know a way in, so I guess their way might be the quickest way into the Leandro.
Yeah,
Everyone in favor of
maybe.
going behind our attackers and just being cautious.
Yeah,
Sure.
maybe if we're stealthy about it, we can at least see what we're walking into before walking into it.
All right. The team has decided we go down up.
All right. If you all are utilizing stealth, go ahead and roll that for me.
What's the stealth you speak of?
Yeah, you wouldn't know about a paladin.
To be
Oh,
fair, I
that
am
was
wearing mithril.
I have a
nearly a
plus
natural
15.
one. I have a plus 14. When did you get ahead of me? That doesn't seem right. I got a 19 when you deduct my 2 for being tired.
Don't be tired next time.
I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Get good.
I have the Red Bull route. I don't know if that's gonna get rid of a point of exhaustion, but I still have that in my inventory.
So,
I think I wrote down the actual name of it.
as
I was the one
you
stealthing.
Nope.
stealth forward, besides this sort of narrow passageway um, of the cave and the shifting of materials, you see that this must have been the foot of Landro. It's the toe aspect of it has collapsed, leaving this entrance way. But you would also notice these oversized skull-shaped mushrooms pockmarking the debris between the Colossus's interior and the cave. And you see at the chamber's far end, there are these motes of dust and debris that float in a cylinder of glowing green light stretching from floor to ceiling and continues further upwards.
Okay. Um.
As your group stands there, let me do some DM snooping here real quick. What are you doing, Max?
I'm being a cat.
Yeah, no, he's sticking his nose up here. Alrighty, Vecna. Mm. Vass, with your passive nature, you would notice this. In the group of mushrooms and fungus, you would notice what looks to be shriekers. And you know that a shrieker is a type of fungus that essentially shrieks as a sort of safety mechanic.
Hold up. He'll say quietly as he can and still have the others hear him. I don't want those mushrooms to start yelling.
Uh, I would say if anyone wants to make a nature check here.
Oh, I rolled really well, but it's another 19 with my -2.
A 19 will be enough for Vass to have this information. It is typically bright light or some other disturbance that causes these things to shriek. So as long as you don't shine any light on them and are careful not to touch them, you should be fine.
Hey, nobody touch them. Nobody shine lights on them. We'll probably be all right.
Um, I will say you can make a acrobatics check as you move through. Not touch the shriekers.
The 28.
Bass
My
gets
-2.
across fine. Alright. Romulus and Pegasus get across fine. And then we'll need an acrobatics check from Hugh and Hibu.
Acrobatics. 15.
Hugh gets across fine.
Let's see what Hugh's modifier is. Oh, I imagine he can just misty step it around, so.
Yeah, if you'd like to do that, for sure.
But he gets an 18, so it doesn't need it.
Alright.
People
either.
have a fly speed.
I don't think so. He's some teleporty guy, a flying guy.
Oh no.
Oh no! Did
So as
Filch
Filch
touch the mushroom?
tries to get across,
Oh, he does have a fly speed.
he does stumble into one of the shriekers, which emits a audible shriek. That's really about all it does, is it just shrieks. And what do you guys want to do in response to that?
Is anything reacting to it? Like, do we hear footsteps running this way?
Uh, Give me a perception check.
That's an 11.
You do not hear a sound of footsteps over the shrieking.
A check. A check though. Yeah.
But you do have the floating debris and dust motes in the green column.
Yeah. Can I vibe check the green column?
Sure, give me an
Does
insight
that
roll.
seem like a fun time or a not so fun time? I get advantage, right? Because that's
Mm-hmm.
not
The Vecna link gives you advantage.
cool. That's a 27.
27. While it does seem to be portal adjacent, it does look to be a well of anti-gravity and not just a, you know, shoot, you're somewhere else.
I think if you step in there, you'll float.
We all float down here.
Here it is.
I guess since I'm slightly tanky-ish and have range, I'll go first with Pegasus.
If you would like.
That will Vanna White the portal. Like, by all means, go first.
So. Oh, gotta erase it. As you're in this well of energy, um, you are able to make your way up, and as you go up the shaft of the leg, it is very tall. You are covering about 130 feet as you move up. Um, and when you eventually make it to the end, you would see another right across from where you would arrive in the anti-gravity well, another one just across from you. And within the space between you and this other anti-gravity chamber, a area of regular ground and another a third chamber anti-gravity well, as well as on the southern wall closest to now Vass, there are weapons. They don't seem to be magical, with the way that time has touched upon them, but they aren't rusting either. But you would notice two halberds and a hand crossbow next to a case with 20 bolts.
Did Filch follow us?
Yes. I just was not moving his.
Vass will look over at him and be like, I don't see any javelins, but are you okay with a hand crossbow?
I will be able to make that work, yes.
Vass will hand it to him. The bolt.
Alright. So, you have a two ways you could go, either down the other leg or up the spine. But we'll take a little bit of a break here and come back with where you want to go. So about 5-ish minutes of a break, and we'll continue. Alrighty, so where would you like to head?
Now we're trying to head to the head, right?
That might
Yeah,
be where you need to go, yeah.
I mean, yeah, would probably be where our. I think that's where. I think that's where the vision showed me.
It would make sense that the anti-gravity platform at the north end would be the head one. It's like we're going up there'd be two legs, so it'd be going up the body.
I mean, do we
And the
want
other one
to?
there.
Do we want to explore? Because if I remember correctly, I think Mercy warned us that either Mercy or the mercenary chick either mentioned that Leandro had like a self destruction thing.
Yeah.
Both of them, I
Yeah.
think, warned us in different ways.
Yeah, it was like it was heavily implied that
Yeah, Mercy
um
never got into specifics, but the Calilith was just like, yeah, no, we've heard that it's got some self-destruction that you can't stop.
yeah, so it's like do we want to explore as much as we can, see if we find any large artifacts that might either help us on our adventure or
It's up
That
to you
small,
guys.
tiny fog of war is bothering me so much.
I mean that's why I'm putting it up to a vote to the party. I
But
am
does
that
the
de facto leader.
anti-gravity well, does it only go one way?
No,
Like, could we even go down the other leg?
you could.
Or would we just we could?
Yeah, the anti-gravity well
Yeah,
just means that there's no gravity. You can control which way you go, up or down.
Oh,
yeah,
so
it's like
we're
the
kind of
Willy Wonka thing,
like the
except
astral
Yeah,
the astral
it's
plane
similar to
inside this guy's legs.
yeah, it's similar to the astral plane, but you can only go up or down.
I thought there was something like causing us to be lifted,
Yeah, it's the green light.
like an escalator,
No,
nope,
but like not an escalator.
no.
it goes both ways. uh, you know what? Easy way to decide this. Geronimo, as I slowly descend instead of fall.
Yeah, if you want to do that.
Oh, split the party. We all go different directions. That'll work out fine.
To be
Listen, we're
fair,
not a group called One Direction.
there's only so far that one can go in the legs.
Truly.
So, the descent through the majority of the legs is, of course, the 130 cylinder, which is not so different than what was on the other side. But as you reach the foot, this one is, of course, intact fully. Does not seem to have the broken down aspect of the other side. But you do see the stone door at the end of the toe in this foot. It's broken in several parts and become jammed shut. And you can see uh, the mounting, the solid stone through the cracks in the door.
So it's a dead end.
It's a dead end, but there could stuff be here. Roll for me a perception check, please.
Listen, I'm just saying they should be down here with me. perception is not my best.
You move down there. He's at 24.
So, Romulus, as you're looking around, you're surprised by Hugh with your 1 perception.
Ah!
That
I
is
fall off
Who
my
just
amazing.
has
horse
like
in
owl
anti-gravity.
going on right now.
But, for Hugh, with the 24, you would notice, in the far corner close to the toes, what you see is this sort of very dusty and lusterless, but it looks to be a gemstone of some sort.
Ooh, shiny. Goes to examine the shiny.
It's a crystal of some sort, but none that you've seen before.
Hmm. I want to do an Arcana check on it. Vas, were you fighting someone?
Am I fighting someone? No,
Just roll
Hi.
initiative.
I didn't.
Oh, that's what popped on my feed there.
I did not roll initiative, so if
Okay.
it happened, it's haunted.
Alrighty.
I am tempted to go back down the left leg, or I guess it's the right leg, and like go over to that area we didn't go to though, while you guys are down the
So,
other.
I mean, if you
It's the
want to,
anymore.
they're not here
Come
to
on,
stop you.
Filch. Come on,
Oh no!
Filch,
Where
let's
is he? Wait, is
go.
he going down the? He's going up the spine.
No. Going back into the caves.
Down the other leg so that I can go reveal that one corner we haven't gone to.
Yeah. Leave the summons here to watch and keep guard.
Yeah, Ibu, you got this, right?
So you just left Flitch by himself
No.
in the middle.
No,
Vass
I
and
took
Filch are
with
going.
me.
Vass and Filch are
Oh.
the buddy system.
Oh God!
And then Pegasus and Ibu are watching this room.
Yeah. It'll
As
be
I come
fun.
back up, I'm like, oh no, where did they go?
With a
Yeah, Ibu's
21
probably gonna
Hugh,
think we went up.
while you don't know what sort of gem this is, you do know that it has arcane potential in it, so it might have a lot of worth in the right hands.
Okay. I'm just gonna put this in my bucket.
Okay, Arcana check it.
That was the Arcana
Oh.
check that just happened.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was slightly distracted by the party being split.
You started it. Okay, but yes. Vass and Filch, you guys make it back down the other side. Is, Vass says, "Come with me, Filch," and Filch is like, "Okay."
Oh God, no, not the sweet child. It's like, okay.
So as you guys make your way down here,
Healthily.
You know
Do
the
you
best
wanna
part
say
about
that?
this
I would like you
is
to
that
roll
my
me a
Pegasus.
stealth. What about the Pegasus?
The best part of this is that my Pegasus is literally telling me, "Yo, these idiots are leaving, leaving you and going back down," because I have telepathy
Oh,
up to a mile.
oh my goodness.
31.
Uh,
Hugh, I think we need to go upstairs. Wait,
We're gonna go
Filch
upstairs.
is
You're going to the head. We're gonna kill a boss, and it's all gonna be fine.
It's gonna self-destruct as fast
so.
wherever the fuck.
Filch, unfortunately, very constructy, very metal, clank, 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 clank. But as you get over here to investigate,
It just makes it easier for me to be stealthy, that's all.
Yeah. You see the river of the gray matter, where it goes up further into the caves, which do have climbable capabilities here. You could get up further into the mountain by following this path.
I'd have to like walk in that liquid though, wouldn't I? That
Um,
questionable liquid.
well, you have to climb over it, yes. So if you fell, you'd get it over top of you.
Yeah. Okay, that solves that mystery, I guess. All right, Filch, back up the leg.
Okay. And
Okay, guys.
as you as you return, it does take a few minutes to get back up here. Um,
My Pegasus is judging you. It's just not. It's just shaking its head.
Max is not bothered by that.
so
It's not the first thing that's judged him.
you are going to make your way up then, and as you rise, where literally just okay. As you rise,
Oh, rise.
you can only get up to the next portion because as you look above, there is a blockage that exists somewhere above that disrupts the anti-gravity well. So you have a chamber here that you rise into.
What do my angelic eyes see?
There does seem to be some sort of chamber in here. Looks to be a sleep chamber of some sort, and that's all you can really see from this angle.
You said some type of sleep chamber, like a
Yeah,
like a barracks.
like a like a barracks or a bedroom or somewhere where one would go to rest.
Hmm, cool, guys. I found the rest stop. But we can't go any further. There's something blocking the path up above us.
What's blocking it?
Rubble rocks.
Oh, rubble isn't just floating.
No, above is like full blockage, like it's packed in there.
Oh, well then.
But yeah, there's a sort of sleeping area that Romulus had pointed out that's up here. So, what would you like to do, heroes?
Heroes is a very choice set of words. Um, I guess check the leftmost chamber that I'm close to.
Yeah, for sure. You see that there is the sort of entrance to the mountain here in this workshop. There are tinkering tools, wood carving equipment, metal plates that are hanging from hooks, a stone table, and counters are all here. And there's a faucet jutting from a steel vat in one corner, and it is opposite to that where the um, mountain entrance is, and you see the gray matter fluid oozing across the floor and down the tunnel.
Ugh, yeah. Is any of this material like useful? Is it just basic iron and basic tools?
It just seems to be basic tools, and then you don't know what's in that comes from the faucet over at the vat, but
Okay. Is there a set of tinker tools?
you can create a set of tinker's tools.
I mean, I'm not the brightest crayon in the um board box. Um, but I will keep a pair just in case. Especially since, we had that one incident of not having tinkering tools. All right. I say vast. What's on the other side? Completionist.
I go and look on the other side.
All right, Vass, as you move past that
Oh,
threshold and into this area. Oh, I need to erase. Uh, the world goes dark. No. The area here is silent. Um, you can't hear anything, and you see but a tranquil sleeping area. There is walls lined with wooden bunk beds, all draped in green and purple quilts, and there's motes of dust that drift with a languidness to them. And a woman is sleeping in one of the beds.
step back around. And I whisper, there's a lady sleeping over there. Like it's sleeping quarters. There's a bunch of beds and stuff.
Like like an actual lady.
Yeah, you had no reason to believe it wasn't.
I
Yeah,
mosey over to check and see this with my own eyes.
Yeah.
yeah. Let's just stand in the room and watch her sleep.
Yeah. Um, Much the same as you approach, it is silent. But there is the woman
I'm just
sleeping on one of the beds.
curious since those constructs attacked us, or those warforges attacked us. I assumed they would find this easy pickings. Um, I kind of politely ish shout out, "Ma'am, are you okay? Very odd place to find sleep alone."
So an interesting thing, because as you call out, you don't hear your voice in the room, and Vass, you don't hear where Romulus crawls out either. Roll for me Arcana checks.
I was just gonna try to clap.
21.
13.
15.
Vass and Hugh. This is perhaps the work of some sort of silence spell.
Vast tries.
Before you do that, Vass,
Okay.
I'm going to ask for you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, great.
And I'm gonna go down the hall.
That's a 14.
14. As you start to feel drowsy in this sleeping chamber, you're able to resist the, pull towards sleep.
Okay. For quick, I want to try and cast my mage hand because that has a verbal component. So we're
No, Mage Hand does not appear.
great. I shepherd the other two out of the room.
Okay. Before the
And
two of you
I'll-
leave, can I get Constitution saves from both Romulus and Hugh?
$14.
16.
All right, both of you are fine. Again, you feel a little tired, a little drowsy, but you're able to resist the succumbing to any sort of sleep as that sort of ushers you out.
I don't think we should be in there.
Okay, well, we'll let the sleeping dogs lie.
You guys felt it too, right? Like
Oh yeah,
I'm tired
I,
and I'm tired anyway, but I felt like I was getting even more tired somehow.
I felt a wave of exhaustion that shouldn't have happened. But it seems our only course is to try to go through the mountain and find another entrance into Leandro. The other room didn't really have much except for it seemed to be some type of workshop. I will look to Finch and ask him if there's anything in that workshop that they need or can use to upgrade themselves or do any minor repairs that we don't know about.
Filch will step into the room and look around at everything, and Filch's curiosity gets the best of them. As Filch will approach the faucet and turn it, trying to figure out if that will help. None of the tools seem to be of use to them, but as Filch turns the faucet, there is a paste that is deposited upon Filch's hand, and this will be useful. As Filch begins to start rubbing it over their metal.
have my helmet on, so my face is like not visible, but
Oh, shit.
I am raising an eyebrow. What's that, buddy?
Do you need a minute or?
Oh, no.
Precisely
turn?
one. You do not need to turn away. It is a uh, polish of sorts. One that will offer boons and assistance. I do not know it would work on flesh.
Oh, cool. Um, will it work on armor, or is this just more of a working on an individual construct thing,
I,
type
be-
of thing?
I believe it is for those with metal for flesh instead of just armor.
Oh, cool. I mean, a boon for our teammate is a boon for everyone else. Just let us
You
know
said it
when
was
you're
a
done, and
It was a paste.
paste. Does remind me though. Hey, Filch,
Yes.
do you know what that liquid is or what it does? It made me look hella cool when I looked into it, but I don't think I should touch it.
I am sorry, this is the first time I am seeing such liquid is traveling with your group.
was it not
Oh,
here when you first came to Liliandra?
No, it was not. But I
Hmm.
have a feeling that when I came to Landro, it was very long ago.
I understand. Hmm. Okay. Um. Do any of us have like any empty bottles or anything, or something that we can get this pace? Maybe we can bring some of it back to the encampment, or is it like a does it have a shelf life once it leaves the container?
I am unaware of any potency effects, but
Oh,
I
fuck.
would assume that it does not travel well.
Mm-hmm. Well, as long as it's benefiting you for the time being. Yeah. Ready to head out?
I am
Yeah.
ready when your companions are.
Let's behead this giant.
Yeah.
So, while you are, again, unfortunately able to continue upwards with ease, you do have a path that leads back into the mountainside. And as you start walking that way and can see where it heads further, a figure is seen pacing at the lower ends of this sloping tunnel. A soldier, a Syrian soldier. Uh, but you can see the way that he moves. It is ethereal almost. And as he sees you, there is almost relief on his face as he waves forward and shouts, Please, help me find my comrades.
don't know how to diffuse the situation. Is there a particular comrade you're looking for?
My troop, we were fighting together, and suddenly you see this figure's eyes go wide, and a smile of radiant joy breaks out, and as he runs past you, maybe even through some of you, towards Landro, just as he crosses the threshold to the workshop, he disappears. And then reappears just about where you'd seen him before, very confused, and... Oh, thank the gods. Please, if you could help me find my comrades.
Hmm. Is he stuck in like some type of loop?
You don't know. Perhaps.
Be that I am a worshiper of Anubish. Is there? Can I like try to do a prayer to, I don't know, guide his soul to the, to the afterlife?
Tell you what, seeing that you are a follower, devotee of Anubis, roll me a religion check and I'll give you advantage.
Oh, thank God, because I only have +1 to those. 17.
With the 17, while you're thinking this, you watch as the situation with this figure happens again. The ecstatic joy, the running toward Blancher, the disappearing, and then back to. And it kind of clicks to you in this moment. This figure isn't quite trapped in a loop, but is unable to enter Landro. And every time it tries, it is shunted back and seems to lose memory of the immediate passage, which is not atypical for dealing with ghosts. But ghosts typically have some unresolved business, and for this soldier, it is reuniting with its companions, the comrades it fought with, and you recall the Syrian soldiers you had seen down below.
The mutated ones?
No, those were not Syrens. They were different. The ones that were in the graveyard with the animated armors and weaponry.
Okay, okay, right. Um, okay. If I try to stop him before he tries to run into the Leandro again.
You can try. Like, currently, he's not in that sort of ecstatic thing. Like, he did that, and then as he reappeared, he kind of made this connection. So he's not running for a third time yet.
Okay, I will tell him. Okay, uh, sir, do you have a name?
Yes, I'm Chandri.
Sentry. All right. Before you get excited, do not, and I repeat, do not run towards Leandro. Or Landro, sorry. Because it seems like every time you do, you get shunted back into this spot right here and you don't remember it. Because you've done it 3 times so far.
Okay.
All right. Now I'm assuming this cave system connects to the rest down the way. But I do remember seeing your compatriots further down below.
You did. You saw them.
Yes, but um do I know the with my check, do I know the consequences of telling a ghost that, hey, you're a ghost?
It can have various effects, but you don't think that this one would, if it were to learn that he was a ghost, you don't think Chandri would get upset or anything like that. Again, he seems
Okay.
very just confused for the most part and wanting to find his comrades.
Okay. I This is not a very easy thing to tell people, but that battle you and your comrades had was quite a while ago, and unfortunately, you and them have been dead for a while, and you are currently a ghost.
There's a sort of crestfallen confusion before a it's not quite the same excitement that you had seen before, but it is more peaceful and resolved. And the last words that Chandri says, "Thank you. I'll go look for them." As Chandri fades from existence in front of you.
I will share a prayer not just for Sandry, but for his comrades. Sort of the guiding ritual speech rites, so that they can find peace.
For sure. But the tunnel here does slope upwards, continuing further beyond.
All right. Is there anything in these empty chambers?
These aren't really chambers, they're just sort of like levels to it, but as you move further upwards, make sure I've got the erase tool on. You would see where that area of the gray matter fluid continues forward, and sort of culminates into a pool of it at the top of this tunnel.
Last time there was a bunch of rocks like this, there was a filch in them. So I feel like I should check one too.
As you check this one, there is not another filch. These just seem to be rocks.
Unfortunate. Okay.
I'm gonna collect all the stray warforged.
Gotta get them all.
Well, there was the purple one and then a blue and red one. So
And
kind of
now
see
there's
if
a red,
we
there's an
can.
orange and black one, Deathstroke looking.
I hit, all the colors of the rainbow.
I'm curious if it will allow me to call him Kal-El.
Probably not, but you can always ask.
What if I called him Superman?
I am not super, and I do not believe that I qualify as men.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You're pretty super.
I am an average model amongst my kind.
Nah. You have individuality, which is enough to make you super.
The real treasure was the friendship we made along the way.
Yep. Listen, we need all the comrades we can get when we like do our Avengers Endgame thing to fight Vecna and summon them through
All the
the
portals
gates.
just open up.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Oh God, you just described Vass's worst nightmare.
Yeah. So many portals.
Surrounded by portals.
As Spirit's like on your left.
The
It's
only
like,
thing worse would be if there were spiders coming out of the portal.
Let me make a note of that.
so you made it worse with the spiders. I was I was trying to make something epic here.
Look, I mean, you
But
guys already fought a spider dragon, so.
Okay. Caitlin thinks it would be epic. Vass would not be having a good time.
I can't
Alright,
wait for Vass to experience things.
oh no.
I don't like that you just said that. Okay.
Well, that was a sus
Well.
response. or comment. Sorry.
But yeah. As you move upwards again, there is that pool of the gray liquid. It's deep and it glitters in a strange way. And you would notice that around the pool there are bones and battered ornaments that litter the cave floor.
Are these normal bones?
They seem to be normal bones.
Can I kick one of these skulls into like the pool of gray matter?
Yeah.
I do that.
And then it just kind of sits there and sinks.
It sinks into the pool? Jeez.
Yeah.
Does it change or does it
The
mutate
pool
or anything? Or-
the pool stays the same. You can't see the skull. It's this deep gray liquid.
Can I kick another skull into like the stream? 'Cause I'm sure the stream is not as deep.
Well, kicking it into the stream does not seem to have much effects. Just
Okay.
kind of kicks it into the stream.
You should touch it fast.
I don't wanna. I just wanna know what it does.
Well, near to like part of like it's not just bones that are on the floor. You would notice armaments. You see chainmail and short swords and a mace, but they all look wrong.
Oh.
Some of them are like warped in ways that don't seem to cause malady to the effectiveness, but does make them again look weird. Others have this sort of strange engravings upon them, and the chainmail is a strange green color that is not natural.
Okay, I take it back. Don't touch the liquid.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna, but thanks. Does it do things to your reflection if you look in it?
The streams still do, but this pool does not seem to, no.
That's interesting. It glitters. Does the stream not glitter?
The stream does not glitter. This one does.
What's going on? A roll? I probably did the roll last time, though. I was looking at it last time.
What, perception?
Or investigation, or arcana, or something.
I'll do an arcana check. I
Something
mean,
that might glean any information at all.
16 on arcana.
I mean, you don't quite know what this is. Yeah, no, it's a strange gray liquid. It does seem to have arcane components to it that don't quite match up with the other liquids that you've seen in the stream, but it does seem to be of the same gray matter fluid.
Okay.
I use my once a day see invisibility,
Yeah,
see if anything, if I see anything else.
there's nothing invisible in the immediate area.
Okay.
I guess we keep heading, keep going forward.
Yeah, if you'd like.
Yeah. That will gracefully leap over the stream.
You trip in the air and land in the stream.
All right. So, where would you like to go?
I guess continue upward.
We can't see that the stream goes down and around and underneath where we just were, because I imagine, like, if Vath were standing right here, there's a cavern wall he's looking at, right?
Yeah.
So he can't see that
No.
it does that. Okay.
Oh no! Someone cast darkness.
Where it wasn't me.
The blasted drow.
Hey,
I said blasted. I didn't say anything other derogatory.
I know. I play a drow in another campaign.
I play a drow in every other campaign. Play a
Yeah,
drow in
this
real
is.
life.
Yeah, and I feel like this is the first non-drow character I've seen out of you.
I played that vampire one time.
I don't think I was in that game.
You weren't?
No.
The Descent game with what should we call it?
I've never played Descent, I've only run it.
Okay. Never mind.
So, yeah, as you move further, you would see more of the area here. As it becomes apparent to you.
Mother, father.
Hey, do you know what just occurred to me?
What?
This tunnel system is not as bad or as frustrating as the frigging tunnel beneath. I don't know if it was the one beneath the bathhouse or the one beneath the Van Thamper Villa, where it was just 90-degree turns,
Oh, that's Van Thamper.
like every which way.
Yeah, that was the Van
This is
Thamper.
somehow better than that.
So as Romulus, you move forward. Before you, no, you know what? Yeah, you could be right there and see this. You would notice a pile in the southwestern corner of leather scraps, broken bones, and sludgy offal. And you'd see sort of nesting in this nauseating pile a monstrous beast that almost resembles a bear, though it has 3 long, fleshy tentacles that sprout from its skull, which is each topped with a glowing, knobby lump of flesh. As you see, making its lair, a blaze bear.
Oh,
And why don't we get some initiatives rolled?
or hear me out. I try and sock it to
Too
it.
late. Hugh's rushing forward.
Never
I
mind.
got a 20 with my -2.
Ridiculous.
Vax hasn't rolled this well on initiative in like a million years. I guess he just seems to be kind of tired. in order to just hit the sweet spot.
What? Hold on. I was told that something went wrong. Alrighty. Hugh gets to go first.
Alright. I'm gonna grin and bear it. Charge! Strike one with the S-Stock. 25.
Yes.
Strike two. 25.
2 hits.
I've had so many ones on this the damage dice today. 20 piercing. 5 psychic. 15 fire. Okay. Don't have anything for my bonus action. And we move to Hubu.
Alrighty. Hebu's turn comes up.
Hubu does his teleport strike behind the bear.
Beautiful.
We have a 11 plus 8 is 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
$22 to hit. So this is
Beautiful.
gonna be plus 14. Oh, 27 force damage.
Alrighty. Anything else from Hebu? I believe that'll be it.
That will be it.
Thus, it is your turn.
Okay, has it been an hour since Longstrider was cast? I guess not, if Ebu's still here.
Not yet.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can see the bear. And I guess I will do bow shots at it. Reverberating shot. Well, it's not gonna hit. I don't think that's an 11.
An 11 misses.
Alright. Try this again.
That'll hit.
That's 27. So, 8 plus 15 is 23 points of piercing and 5 points of thunder.
Lovely.
And then I've got a little bit more movement. I'm gonna move back here and hide with my bonus action.
Roll that stealth.
Oh god, that's a 15.
I will keep
Terrible.
that 15 in mind. Romulus, it's your turn.
Is it? Cool. Where am I actually? I'm gonna come striding on thine mighty steed. Ah. And I will make attacks upon this creature. I am going to Divine Smite at Second level. First attack.
Yep.
58. Advantage because of Vex. That's 22.
2 hits.
And then for my third attack, also at advantage. With Vex. Oh, 28.
3 hits. Let's see some damage.
Alright. Eight. Seven, and then for a total of 62.
Yeah, that's a lot. The Blaze Bear's still standing, but looks really bad. It's past bloodied at this point.
Pegasus is going to take an attack. And I'm just going to use this because it's my spell attack. Total 21.
Yep.
That's a 10 radiant damage.
Alright, still standing. And now it's pissed off. As we come to our Blaze Bear, who is just going to just bite. We're gonna get a bite towards the Pegasus and towards Hugh. That is a 29 to hit the Pegasus. For 12 piercing and 12 force. Wow, that was really low on the piercing damage.
Oh, that was low? Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
And then a 20 misses Hugh on the second bite, so you are fine. Oh. You had a reaction that could have been utilized. Okay. No worries, though. It'll be Filch's turn, and Filch is going to move. Filch will stay right there, and then make a attack with the crossbow, the hand crossbow. And will miss. Bringing us back to Hugh, your turn. So, what does Hugh want to do?
You want to attack and attack again.
Hell yeah.
So,
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
he's got his plans for a reason. So we got first 29.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Second one a 30.
Yep.
So we're doing pretty good. A 15 and 15 piercing damage, 30 piercing damage so far.
Okay.
Add 2 psychic.
That's perfect timing.
And 11 fire.
And that is a blaze bear down, collapsing in its putrid nest.
You and Hibu do like a cool their blades like a salute each other like they do after they both stab the thing, and they raise them up and then they cross them like they're battle buddies.
Like the Musketeers salute.
Yes, exactly that kind of thing.
Heck yeah.
All right. Good teamwork, guys. Anything in this Blaze Bear's nest?
Bones, leather scraps, awful. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think anyone but my Pegasus took damage, right?
No, I think the Pegasus was it.
Okay. Yeah. They're doing okay. All right. Guess we'll continue to head forward further. This is the only way up, right? This is an expert.
Yeah. Seems like it.
That sounded sus.
I see that. It is the connecting area for the uh, passageway you'd seen down below us.
Okay, I just wanted to double check. Although I don't see any gray matter going down this one, so that made me wonder if it was or not.
Yeah, this one, it's not as apparent because it doesn't go down like that, but like, yeah, that one went down and connected to this one. But
Fairly confident that that's what that is. Okay.
All right, Pokemon transition.
and
Are we able to climb without stepping in the liquid, or do I need to activate my boots of flight so I can guide myself along?
if you want to
Oh,
avoid in, assurance of the liquid, the boots of flight will come into speed, but yeah, your climbing might
oh,
touch into the
this
stream a
is
little bit.
interesting. My boots of flight grant me a 30-foot fly speed. Would that be reduced by 5 because I'm tired too, or would it just be 30? Because that would be a way to speed me up.
I would say because it is granted by the boots, and I'll check into how it converts later, but for now I'll say that the 30 feet is fine. So
Okay.
it's still 30. But as you arrive
I've
here,
activated them.
woohoo, there is.
What are your
I had a
boots of
barge mark off
flying
already.
look like? Do they have like the Icarus, Kid Icarus like wings on them, like or Namor wings?
I mean, I guess it depends on if I get a say on what they look like or if they just look like the artwork that
Uh,
exists for them.
I'll say if you'd like to give a bit of a description of them, go for it.
They're black leather boots. They like ever so slightly with a heel, but not much of one. And then black sort of wing component.
Those black on black on black.
Say what? Vath is very black and red colored. That's his theme. Uh,
Mm,
he wears a lot of black, um, with red accents. So
a lot of
he's his
black
own red
in the.
accent. But I would say the wings probably look slightly more like or draconic than feathery.
Okay. Are they accent with like red stitching in
Yeah,
the leather, like the
yeah.
wings?
There's definitely some red happening in there too. Just
Okay.
subtle. Yeah, nothing too
Cool.
flashy.
Cool.
Yeah.
I only wear black or really, really, really dark gray.
All right, Batman.
As long as someone got the reference.
Yeah, Vath is like Johnny Cash, but if Johnny Cash also had like red accents.
Do I need to go further down into the tunnel to get the next part unlocked?
As you come up to that area, can I get from the Pegasus a dexterity saving throw?
Oof. Um,
Oh,
5?
So the as the Pegasus steps, as you're getting closer and trying to figure what situation is going on here, the Pegasus ends up activating a trap that explodes outwards and takes 20 points of piercing damage. Is knocked prone, which will send you flying. And you will take.
Do I need to roll dex or?
No, you're not like flown, like you're not affected by the trap, but you just are knocked off of your Pegasus and take 1 point of bludgeoning damage from the fall. Um,
Oof.
but because the trap was set off, I'm going to ask for. Nope, I'm not going to ask for that actually. Um, but yeah, there's a trap there that you set off, and you all would have seen the situation unfold there.
Rude. Um, I quickly get up and like survey my area to see if we're not under attack. I know it was a trap, but
Oh yeah, why don't you give me a Why don't you give me a perception roll?
ugh. Uh, Grand total of 7.
As you look around, you don't see much of anything besides, cave system and the remnants of the trap.
I
you
help my
right up there?
Pegasus up. We sprung a trap. I'll give my Pegasus the rest of my lay on hands.
So as you turn to attend to your Pegasus, and go ahead, provide lay on hands.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 22 hit you?
Well, it does since I don't know that this attack is coming.
Alright, so that's 11 points of piercing damage as a bolt strikes into you from an upwards angle, as we're gonna roll initiatives.
Can I see anything with my see invisibility up?
It is not an invisible, but because he attacked, it does give away his positioning. On the overhang that is above you guys in the area, you see one of those henchmen from before peeking.
Take 2 away from my initiative. That makes it a 6. Do I have time to um learn anything before this kicks off? I like as maybe the lay on hands is happening. I was planning to ask something.
Ask your question and we'll see if you are able to get that in this
So
time.
with Vass following along about 15 feet behind, did he see where the trap got springed to the point where he could see if it reset itself or it was like a one and done?
I'd say you'd be able to see that it's a one and done.
Okay.
Right.
At least I have a higher initiative this time around.
Yeah. So Crunch gets
Worse than a 6?
yeah. Crunch gets to go again as he starts us off, and
I don't
will
like that.
take some more shots down. One at Romulus with a natural 20.
Okay.
And that deals 20 points of piercing damage. And then we've got a 12 to hit the Pegasus,
That will miss.
and then a 20 to hit the Pegasus
Yeah, that'll do it.
for 10 piercing.
Alright.
And that is it for Crunch's turn, bringing us to Romulus. Your go.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, Romulus will. Was not expecting you to go this early. Is it an action to get on my horse or my Pegasus?
No, it's just movement.
Just movement. All right, back on the Pegasus, flying up here,
All right.
and bonus action. I am going to might. At second level.
Alrighty.
No, at first level. I'm gonna just do a regular divine smite.
Okay.
First attack. 14.
14 does not hit Crunch.
Okay. 15.
15 does not hit Crunch.
Dang, really? Okay. 24.
24 will hit.
I hope. Dang. All the extra damage. There's 23 total.
Alrighty. Anything else from Romulus?
I will. And no, that's it.
Alright, your Pegasus goes after you.
Yep. They're gonna make it a swing. That's gonna be a 26.
Yep.
Total of 12 radiant damage.
Beautiful.
Oh, I forgot I had heroic inspiration. Dang it. Crap. All right.
Okay. And it becomes Rack's turn, and Rack, what does Rack want to do? Well, seeing that the jig is up, Rack will take 2 attacks at Romulus and 1 attack at the Pegasus.
Is the rack on the same level as us?
Yeah, but he's further back.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I understand that.
Yep, no worries. And
Romulus and Crunch are on a bridge.
correct, the overhead pass.
Just imagine Duel of Fates going off.
Alright. Ooh, and he gets advantage because of pack tactics. Very good, very good. 22 to hit Romulus.
Shield.
Alright, shield goes up. Second attack against Romulus will also miss. And then towards the Pegasus with the last one is a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
For 12 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
And then Rack is going to move away.
Oh, my boy is he's barely hanging in there.
Alright. And that is it for Rack. Hugh, it is your turn.
Okay, Hugh is going to run forward and then to make up the distance, a misty step behind here, Crunch, and strike Crunch twice.
Go for it.
31.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a 23, so 2 hits.
2 hits. Let's see some damage.
Psychic. And 21 for... What is it?
Alright. Crunch not looking hot here. And after Hugh's turn, it is Hibu.
Alright, Hibu's gonna follow my lead. Do the same thing, just slower.
Okay.
Alright, Hibu advantage. I take it that's gonna hit.
That'll hit.
And that'll hit too.
2 hits. Let's see some damage.
+14 to 28.
And with that, Crunch will fall. And I'll say at this point, you are no longer bound to initiative.
Dang.
Yep.
I was muted, but I said I didn't even get to go.
Neither did Filch. So,
Listen, I'm just saying. I was part of a campaign where we fought. It was a Crystal Strahd campaign, and we went against the fight Strahd. Everyone in the party got a turn except for the cleric.
yeah, well, fuck them clerics.
I'll let Father Mograine hear you say that.
So, as you defeat uh the scout Crunch, I think we'll pick up with the rest of your exploration of Landro in our next session.
Man, we have 4 more hours. We got this. Come on.
Yeah, I gotta be up. I gotta eat.
It's called multitasking. Come on.
I gotta make something to eat. I can't multitask this. Not from upstairs.
You have a hole behind who's bond. You're obligated. You can tell him to make a sandwich or something like that every once in a while.
Oh,
It's
my
called
goodness.
gender equality. All right.